Good morning. I'm in the garden. We were just on a 9-day trip at the end of July in West Texas, and I just wanted to show you that the garden is not completely dead. I just watered, but the squash, it looks brown, but it's not completely dead. The Swiss chard looks pretty good. Sorry about the wind, it is West Texas. The asparagus grass looks fine. And then these are zucchinis, not completely dead. The okra looks just fine. That's after 9 days without water. This bed looks pretty rough, but the mums and the African daisy are not dead. This one, just the okra has survived. The zinnias did not make it. Oh, I guess that squash did. And that's a 4 o'clock. It's a flower. My roses look pretty rough, but it still has some green, so I think I can bring them back. Check out these loofah. The plant looks pretty rough. Isn't that cool? It's drying on the plant. At least I think so. This cabbage and broccoli from winter, they look rough, but they are still alive. I can feed that to my chickens and my goats. The spaghetti squash is done and out. The herbs look pretty dried up. I might have some thyme and some parsley and chives. The sage looks pretty burnt up, as does the mint. In this bed I had just planted the zucchini rampicante, and I believe that one's a spaghetti squash, and they look rough, but again, they're not dead. A couple okra might come back. This bed is pretty dead. It was birdhouse gourd. And then over here, completely dead. Cucumber. But that Swiss chard might be able to come back. The wasp nest right there. My pumpkins are pretty dead. Just a little tiny bit of green. This bed is dead. That's where I had the cabbages from winter, like the Napa or Chinese cabbage, and beets. Dead. And that's the state of the pepper bed. And I think I can bring these back. I don't think that they're completely dead. Obviously they're not producing, and they might not. It's just been too hot and it's too windy. But they're not dead. I think I might be able to bring them back. This butternut squash is still alive. Again, not producing, but it's alive. That plant has died. Little tiny fruit. Tiny compared to last year. Died. Those marigolds did not survive. But the 4 o'clocks and the mum look fine. This Thai basil is still looking fine. And the rosemary looks dry, but again, it doesn't look burnt up. And the bronze fennel still looks alive. So I'm super surprised that anything has made it. And now I kind of know what might be drought tolerant. Hope you guys all have an awesome fall garden.